Hey, what's up, YouTubers? Okay, so today we're gonna discuss the 2016 Hyundai Veloster Turbo with the MBRP Performance Catback exhaust. What's gonna be explained in this video is what I went through as far as when I got quoted on the exhaust and the decision to go ahead and do it myself. And then I'm gonna go through the unveiling of the box of the part of the exhaust itself, kind of pre-assembled, laid out for you to be able to see how it looks. Then we're gonna go on to discuss the removal of the stock exhaust system, and then the install of the MBRP exhaust aftermarket system, and then precautionary measures, which I'm gonna go through right now. And just two things, okay? So, first thing, if you're gonna do this yourself and you use jack stands, make sure your jack stands all work. Don't don't uh, don't cheap out. Make sure you got some good jack stands. Make sure you're on a leveled surface. Don't be on an elevated surface, because even the stock ride height of the Veloster, it can still crush you. If you're under the car and it tips over for some reason, with like a freak accident, you're gonna get crushed. So please be safe when you do that part. The next part is you're gonna be using GB Weld exhaust sealant. So when you use it, you're gonna not only want to use just gloves, you're gonna want to use safety glasses. And I say that as far as like if you're good at not touching your face so much, or if you're not good at touching your face, like if you're sweating, for example, and you go to rub your eyes and you have JB Weld on your hand, yeah, that's a no-go. You gotta be careful. You don't want that dripping into your eye or anything like that. That would also be a bad accident. And then finally, then we're gonna do a before and after exhaust test. So that's basically at the end of the video. If you want to just skip forward to that and see how the exhaust sounds and form your own opinion, that's fine. And then I'm gonna give my review right now before we begin. My review with this exhaust is that I already am mechanically inclined because of the type of work I do, so it wasn't that hard for me to do, and I've also done an exhaust on other cars that I've owned. So this was just different because it's clamp based, so versus a direct bolt-on style, and so that but I explained the technicality of that part later in this video. So that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoy the video, YouTubers. Hope it's informational enough for you. I hope I covered enough for you. All right, let's go. All right, so here in this video we're gonna speak about the installation of the MBRP catback exhaust with stainless steel tips, 304 stainless steel piping all the way through. I don't have it actually assembled, but this is basically how it looks all the way through. This is how it would look assembled, minus the pipe, the tips. So as you can see here, it's single resonated. The rest is straight through piping. It's 2.5-inch piping, and it all uses clamps, which are right here. 4 clamps, one here, one there, and then one here. I guess the Veloster has 2 catalytic converters. It has the one after the cat and the cat itself, so I guess this might be a high flow after cat catalytic converter. Take a look inside. I'm not too sure, but this is all clamp based. So to complete your install, alongside with buying this, you need to also purchase this right here. This is JB Weld muffler seal, muffler cement. Okay, so the stuff you want to use when you're going to use this type of application or this type of exhaust. I mean, there's bolt-on exhausts, which is basically you use gaskets to seal
but the way you're supposed to do this is just more difficult, slightly more difficult system to install yourself. If you're mechanically inclined and you believe in yourself enough and you want to do it yourself, I mean, I was about to take this to a shop and they were going to charge me 150 for the full install, taking out my stock system and putting this one on. And I was like, no way. No way, I'm not going to pay that much. I could just do it myself. And after reading the instructions are very thorough. And so you will definitely, you can't go wrong with that. The only thing you need to worry about is making sure there's no exhaust leaks. 'Cause like I said, it's clamp based, but that's what the whole point of using the JB Weld is for. Alright, so we're gonna continue on later with this install. Alright, so as you can see here, we pulled out the original exhaust. So it's two actual parts. Then the back end right here, the fake tips, which is wonderful. Actually, that was, to my surprise, the most difficult part to get out. So you're gonna have a lot of fun with that, guys. Alright, the tools I used for this whole removal, was a 19mm socket. Then it was a 10mm socket. Then to get the rubber bushings off that for the exhaust hangers, you want to get one of these. This is nice, it's very helpful. You want to get a 5-inch extension, get yourself a nice ratchet, and then get yourself something to help to torque it like that, so that way you could break things loose and stuff. So that's pretty much that. Now we're gonna begin the install of the actual exhaust, the exciting part. Okay, so right here we got the exhaust system laid out. Okay, it's 5 pieces and 4 clamps. Okay, we got the part after the catalytic converters, and we got the resonator, and everything else is all straight piping. The tools that you're gonna need for this is this is a 15mm socket, and then you're gonna need a breaker bar so you can torque it really nice and tight so you don't get any leaks. And finally, like I mentioned earlier the other night, you're gonna need the JB Weld muffler cement, and that's pretty much that. That's how we're gonna do it. And you want to do this if you're doing everything by yourself here. You want to have everything laid out. So right here underneath the vehicle, I have the clamp at every point where I'm going to end up needing it, next to the pipes. So that's one way to do it. I mean, if you figure better ways to do it, getting underneath the car, then but have at it. Do it your own way, no problem. Right. So here we are. We finished the install. And typically when you do this, you want to tighten from rear to front. Okay, you want to make sure everything in the back is straight, perfectly straight how you want it, so it can be aesthetically pleasing. Then you're going to go ahead and tighten everything else all the way from back to front. Okay, that's how you do it. After you know everything's nice and straight, the last thing we're going to do here is the finishing touch, which is the JB Weld. Now, when you do this, you really need to be careful. You want to use a brush or use gloves to apply this, because it's muffler cement. It's called muffler cement, for a reason. So I highly suggest that you do that for your own safety. I care for you guys out there. Just be safe. Don't try to be a hero. Don't try to say don't do none of that. It's not gonna get you anywhere. So, all right. We're going to apply this, and we're going to fire it up. We'll see, we'll go from there. Okay, so we got down to the last part. Finished the last part, actually, which is where we JB Weld all the connecting joints. So when you go to apply this stuff, you want to really apply it very generously. Try to make thick coats around the right here. And as you can see, when you do each clamp, try to leave like a little space there so you can get in there with the JB Weld. On each clamp, about 1/8 of an inch, off of the coupling from where the pipe begins, or the overlap, about 1/8 of an inch, and then just tighten it on all your clamps. Do that, and then that way you can fill that gap in very nicely with the JB Weld. Okay, so this very technical part. Yeah, I got that part. Then I got here, right here. Don't worry about how it looks. If you're that worried, I mean, do a good job, but honestly, no one's ever gonna look under your car other than you or another mechanic, so it doesn't really matter. You know, I got here, and I got there, you know, so, and that's it. This is the exhaust right here, falling all the way back through, you know, there's that, all the way back. This is how it looks from underneath when you don't have, you know, when you're just using regular jack stands. So, all right, we're gonna let this dry off, and then we're gonna fire it up. See if, let's cross our fingers and see we don't have any exhaust leaks over here. So, all right. Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. As far as like the review for the sound of the exhaust when you hear it in person, I think it sounds great. I think it sounds just like how I want it to sound. It has the right amount, you know, as far as in the car, it's not too loud. It's not crazy loud. I mean, you're only gonna make your car crazy loud when you go and attempt to straight pipe your downpipe. You put a larger downpipe, whatever. That's how you're gonna achieve like way more noise. But honestly, I get backfiring out of this thing, and it you know, it burbles and all that good stuff. So it has a very nice sound to it. And then when you're on the highway, I got to try it out a little bit on the highway on my way to work this morning, and then see the livability with the exhaust. I mean, every person's different. Some people they like a quieter exhaust, so then if that's the case, you need to go with this double resonated exhaust, which is where it has that one part that was shown to you, and then the other bigger part at the end, towards the end of it. That's a double resonated. Single resonated with straight piping all after, it's gonna get that sound that that you were just hearing. And then finally, if you manage to find an exhaust that's all full straight piping from, you know, cap back to axle,
axle back, I guess. Then that's gonna make a way louder noise. I don't know if you would like that though, because that's when you start making that noise where they refer to as the fart can exhaust noise, and you don't want that. This actually, how this one is, to my tasting, is very nice. And I'm a car enthusiast like you guys, so I can definitely tell you that it does sound good. You won't, once you get it, you won't regret it. That's all I have to tell you. All right. Hope you enjoyed this video, and stay safe. And all right, good luck. All right, YouTubers. Right. Then we're gonna explain. Yeah, that's a bad video. Fuck you. So, and then okay, so then you gotta test for exhaust leaks. And you know what? I fucked up this video too. All right, guys. There you have it. Oh gosh.